I tell you what, I think Drew just brought up one of the funniest topics that I've heard in a long time. Good morning. Welcome in. The Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. We are streaming on thezone1059.com. The Twitter handle at BowBounds, brought to you by favorites.com. New auto rates, same great service. Did you like that .com? Felt like I was in an infomercial. Favorites.com. New auto rates, same great service. The number 601-707. Yeah, I got that right. Back-to-back days. We'll stay at the same phone number. 707-3750. Powered by C Spire's iPhone 7 on their max range LTE network. And it's game day. It's game day for the Saints. Man, do you need a win. Holy Mary Olzab, Saints fans. I don't usually do this, but now I'm rooting I'm almost upset about it. I am rooting like crazy for y'all to put yourself in position for that New Year's Day game against the Atlanta Falcons to be for the NFC South Division Championship.
Good stuff right there.
Hot take.
It could happen, man.
It could happen. I didn't realize it until Jeff Duncan really, and that's why Jeff Duncan's smarter than me. So he really teed it up for us yesterday, later in the show, and said, hey, it was a devastating loss last weekend, but Atlanta's not running away with this, and they're notorious for
collapsing.
Thank you.
Drastic.
In December. And so we actually get the NFL on New Year's Day, which is nothing short of awesome, because you're rolling out of bed, you may be a little groggy. That's an understatement for Jackson, but Drew and I, normal people, may be a little groggy. And, you may have to grab some Tito's and some Bloody Mary mix, kind of get ready. And then you may have Saints-Falcons, the last game of the year, the 16th game of the season in Atlanta for the whole kit and caboodle.
Well, the Falcons.
I don't know where I just came up with that. That sounds like something my grandparents would have said. But I hope that you enjoyed that this morning. And maybe that'll mix well with your coffee. I hope it happens. Now I'm rooting for the Saints. So now I have to root for – this is what frustrates me. Now I have to root for the Saints tonight against the Panthers. And I was rooting for the Saints on Sunday against the Broncos. I actually watched the majority of that game. I was texting Jackson back and forth, and I thought the Saints had won it when Drew threw one of the prettiest passes I've ever seen right into Brandon Cooks. And Brandon Cooks made a great play because he got drilled. And then, a dude leaps over the center and makes one of the most amazing plays I've seen in the NFL this year. And that says something, because the NFL is nothing but freaks. Amazing athletes week in, week out. So hopefully you're on the road, and Saints fans, I want you back in the playoffs. It gives us something to rally around. We need some rallying. I don't think it's all doom and gloom, by the way, for Ole Miss and Mississippi State. Drew made a great point at the end of the show yesterday. He was looking at the two deep at Mississippi State and Ole Miss. You have a bunch of players coming back and your two quarterbacks. Now, I know it's going to be Shagermeister/Shea Mania for 10 months going into next Labor Day, but Fitz can play, and he's only going to get better, just like Shea. They're different, but it doesn't mean that Fitz can't be wildly productive. So you have a lot of athletes and some really good players, a bunch of athletes and some really good players coming back on your two deep, MSU and Ole Miss. I don't think it's all doom and gloom. Plus, Ole Miss, I expect to win out. They may not, but I expect them to win out. And State could win this game this weekend.
Especially the freeze factor.
Well, there's no doubt it is. And that's what happened. That's where the magic came from. Saturday night, Kyle Field, Texas A&M, where the legend was born. Shagermeister.
How long until that's a
If
shot?
Shea ever does an interview in here, he'll have to do it with the shirt off.
Off.
We know that.
Maybe like a shot of Jägermeister with it.
Well, we'll get a bottle of Jaeger, and we'll have it up on the set. By the way, you can watch the show live and check out the set, and you can watch it on the Out of Bounds radio app, or you can go to our Facebook page, the Out of Bounds Show. We've got the live link, and you can see this awesome set. We've got pictures of Drew Brees and Hugh Freeze. Try to say that back to back. So Drew Brees and Hugh Freeze on the monitors, and we have the Ole Miss and Vandy helmet on the set, and we have the Arkansas and Mississippi State helmets on the set. We have some J. Olive juice. It's a great night tonight with football and the Saints on to cook a steak or smoke some chicken and use some of the awesome J. Olive balsamic vinegar or olive oil, and then we have some other fun stuff on the set too.
Look, I do have one question while you mentioned Jägermeister.
Okay.
What would that shot consist of?
Of Jägermeister?
Yeah. I mean, you got your Jaeger, of course, because that's in there. What would
Can
be
you mix anything with Jaeger?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, well, talk to me. I don't know.
Red Bulls all day. Red Bull and Jaeger go
Well, then I think that's perfect.
hand in hand.
Do you have any other options, just right off the top of your head?
My go-to was a strawberry limeade from Sonic back in the day. It was pretty good.
Hold on. Strawberry limeade and
cherry,
Jaeger?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that sounds nothing short of awful. But, I'm going to take your word for
Pretty
it.
good.
Is that your...
You got like car bombs.
Is that on a heater?
That puts me in the route of being on a heater, yes.
Okay.
So I guess you could say, yeah.
So you're on... What's that club downtown that you like to go to?
Which one, F. Jones?
Frank? Yeah.
Yeah,
F.
Frank
Jones.
Jones.
I know it's like a person's name.
Yeah.
F. Jones.
Yeah.
If you've got what did you say that drink was? Strawberry lemonade?
Yeah, strawberry limeade and
Strawberry
Jaeger.
limeade. I don't drink any of that stuff.
So Route 44.
I was a weird kid. I didn't even drink Kool-Aid. So strawberry limeade and Jaeger?
Oh, yeah. In a 44-ounce cup.
I'm just going to take a shot in the dark here. I would think you probably, just knowing you, it'd probably be good if you stayed away from that cocktail.
It has been since it's been about 6 years since I've had one.
Oh, good. Let's go another 6.
I'm continuing my streak. I'm on it today, so I'm good to go.
I'm glad we made sure to fit Jägermeister into the first segment of the show. All right.
Part of it.
So let's set this thing up for you. We have a college football remedy for you today. And we have David Morris, who played quarterback behind Eli Manning at Ole Miss and now owns QB Country.
Eli's now, the third best quarterback ever at Ole Miss?
Well, yeah, it's Shea, Swag,
Eli Archie,
Connerly, Jake.
Yeah. Shea is number one.
No doubt. Drew, welcome in.
Where's Bo?
Oh, bro.
Bo's after that. He's after Jay.
Did he set records at Ole Miss?
Oh, he absolutely shredded. Now, here's the problem with records today compared to when Eli, Romero, Archie, Jake Gibbs, and Charlie Connerly were playing. You didn't have near as many plays. You and the game was not spread out, and you didn't have near as much athleticism.
He didn't play as many games either.
Yeah, well, that's a great point, too.
It's a 10-game season.
10 game, then eventually 11 game. Now you play 12.
Bowl games didn't count, I didn't think, in stats back then.
I don't think they did. So, 75 offensive plays, and people go, oh, yeah. Their coaches back in 1966 were like, man, if we can run 75 offensive plays in the first 2.5 games, we're going to be in good shape. Now we run them tonight. Houston, Louisville, what will they run? What's the over-under on plays they'll run?
80 apiece.
Yeah,
God, yeah.
Exactly. Then you put a multiplier of yards per play, right? And now we have every kid. Fitzgerald and Shea have both broken Prescott and Swag and Eli Manning and Archie records in their first year to start. What does that tell you about the way the game's played and the way the game's called and the way the game's set up today?
Pace of play is peaked.
Yeah. Well, yeah, pace of play is peaked, but the point is, years ago, if you had 48 offensive plays All right. Now you can drop 77 or 72. Then you put a multiplier of 12 games on that. That's the real deal. Now, back where I was going, David Morris, QB Country, will join us at 8. Bo Mattingly, Arkansas Insider, at 8:45. Dave Bartu at 9:30. We'll take a break. I have a lot to get to in the big board because we need to hit. I was going to lead with Barney Farah. He's an Ole Miss coach. He's one of their super recruiters. Was one of their super recruiters. He's put on administrative leave. That's got to make the Ole Miss fans nervous. So we'll discuss that on the big board. In fact, the bulk of the big board will be that and the college football playoff. Barney Farah, Ole Miss coach, suspended. And we'll discuss that on the big board. 601-707-3750. The Out of Bounds Show is brought to you by The Fuel, Off-Road Wheels, and the Pro Coat Spray and Bedliners at RPT and Rick's Pro Truck. Straight ahead, Farah will he come back? Usually don't come back from administrative leave. We'll have the big board.